experiment, we are basically going to calculate an unknown laser light wavelength by a method which we are calling laser diffraction method. So let's see what we need for this experiment. Firstly, we need a plane surface where we are incidenting all the lights, all the diffracted light. Then we need a glass. This glass is called as grating. This glass is called as grating. It will be used as the diffraction purpose of the laser light. See, we are placing the grating like this so that my laser light is passing through the grating and then incidenting on the wall. And next we need this kind of setup. We can use an optical bench, but for this experiment we are using a spectrometer. And we are passing a laser source. This is a laser diode module supply and we are using this source over here. Now we will see what is the diffraction grating. So diffraction grating is when a collimated beam of light passes through an aperture, or if it encounters an obstacle, it spreads out and the resulting pattern contains bright and dark region. This effect is called as diffraction, and this effect we can see on the wall. We have already noticed that there is a point which has got the highest intensity, that will be called as central maxima, and the pattern, it will be called as the diffracted points. Okay, so now firstly, we will have to calculate number of lines per inch specified on the grating. Okay, so coming to the grating, so this is the grating holder. There is written, see, 2500 LPI. That means 2500 lines per inch. So we will have to write in this table number of lines per inch specified on the grating, that will be 2500. That means 2500 lines per inch. And if we need to convert into centimeter, it will be 2500 divided by 2.54. The answer will be 984 point something, but we will only consider 984 because lines cannot be in fractions, so we are considering only 984, means the whole part. So again we are placing these grating to this position. As I have already told you, we will have to measure what is the lambda. That means what is the wavelength of this unknown laser light of the for the as I have already told you, my aim of this experiment to determine the wavelength of this laser light by laser diffraction method. So firstly, we need to concentrate on this table what we need to calculate to determine the lambda part, the end part, that is lambda part, right? The lambda part. Lambda means wavelength of the laser light. Wavelength of the laser light. So this table is basically a process by which we can calculate the lambda part. So firstly we need to see that the first table is order number. So what is the order number? Order number means for how many orders we are considering. For how many orders we are considering the lambda part. So suppose we are taking 4 orders. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is our left hand side. So we will only concentrate 1, 2, order on the right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for left hand side there will be 4 order, and for right hand side there will be 4 order. So we will only consider this up to this, starting from this to this. So first order number will be, see, my order number will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Next part is the distance between the central maxima from the grating. Distance between the central maxima from the grating. So central maxima, as I have already mentioned, the central maxima which has got the highest intensity of the light. So we will have to put this scale like this, hold this scale like this, and take what is the distance between central maxima from the grating position. Sorry, it is okay. So central maxima from the grating. So this at 43.5 centimeter, right? 43.5 centimeter from the wall. That means from the central maxima. So we will have to write it down. 43.5 centimeter. Done. So this distance between the grating to central maxima will be constant throughout the experiment. This distance will be constant throughout the experiment. We are not going to change the distance of this two. Okay. Coming to the next is left of the principal maxima, then right of the principal maxima. So as I have already told you, we will have to focus what is our left and what is our right. So first, left of the principal maxima. So what we have to do is, you will have to take a, now as I have already mentioned you, this is my left of the principal maxima. So what we have to do on the left, you will have to measure what is the distance between central to left hand side first order number distance. Central to left hand side first order number distance. So for this we need a normal meter scale like this. Okay, and we will have to put it like this. So you can easily calculate what is the distance between these two. This is at 0 and my central maxima at 2.9. Okay, this is at 2.9 centimeter. Okay, so we will have to take the reading and write it over here, 2.9 centimeter, and accordingly you will have to take central maxima to left hand side first distance, next is central maxima to left hand side second distance like this. Okay, and so on. First to central maxima, second to central maxima, third to central maxima, fourth to central maxima. As I already told you, we will only consider the 4 order number. The 5th, the 6th, the 7th, we do not need the 5th and 6th and 7th. We will only consider up to 4th. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first is central maxima to left hand side first. Second will be central maxima to left hand side second. Third will be central maxima to left hand side third. And fourth will be left fourth to central maxima, right? So this 4 reading will be written over here. Okay, I have already shown you how to take this reading. So simultaneously you will just take other 3 reading. Okay, after that we will have to see what is the distance between so now we will see what is the distance between grating to diffracted point. This distance we have already measured. that what is the distance between grating to central maxima. Now we will consider what is the distance between grating to diffracted point. So see, there is a pattern is creating like this. Suppose this is my grating position, this is my central maxima, and this is my diffraction point 1, 2, 3 and 4, and also on the right hand side 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So this distance is my known distance. This is, we are measuring into this, we are measuring via this. So we need to measure this. So can we see anything in this pattern? We have already measured this distance and this distance. So we need to now calculate what is the distance between this to this. This is my grating position, this is my central maxima, this is my order number. So now we will have to measure what is the distance between order number, that means first order, to grating distance. So this is a formula we can see. There is a Pythagoras formula is there, we can easily show that we are only placing the Pythagoras rule over here. Root over of x square plus L square. Root over of x square plus L square. So x is this, x will be denoted as this, as I have told you, this is my x, this is my x, okay, x square plus L square. So L, I have already mentioned you that L is the constant. So we will only put the x square plus L square formula, and we can easily calculate what is the distance between this. Now we will have to consider what is sine theta, and obviously nothing to mention that you will follow same rules and regulation for other three. You will follow same rules for the other three like the first one. I am just explaining first one, not the other three. You can easily understand that. Okay, so coming to the next step is sine theta. Sine theta is equal to x by s. X means this one my x, okay, and s is this. What is the answer is coming over here? That we will have to put like sine theta x by s, and automatically you will have to calculate for this 3 also. Okay, what we have calculated or done on the left hand side, same thing will be repeat on right hand side. Same thing will be repeat on right hand side. There is no change other than left and right. Other than left and right. We have all we have calculated for the left hand side. Now we have to calculate on the right hand side. But the process will be same. But my process will be same. Only we are changing the position. Only we are changing the position. So same. There will be coming to the experiment. There will be same central maxima to right hand side first reading, central maxima to right hand side second reading, central maxima to right hand side third reading, central maxima to right hand side fourth reading. As I have told you, we are only considering 4 order number. So after taking this, we will have to calculate what is the distance between grating to diffracted point by using Pythagoras law. Then we have to calculate sine theta. Samely, as I have told you on the right hand side, samely, just we are denoting the sine theta by x1 divided by s1, nothing else. Everything will be same. So coming to the next. As I have told you, we will have to ultimately calculate what is the lambda. So formula of lambda is sine theta divided by small n into capital N. So sine theta, we will have to we will need sine theta small n capital N. So we will have to know what is sine theta, what is small n, what is capital N. So now what is sine theta? Average sine theta. We will need to calculate average sine theta. So what is average sine theta? We have calculated 4 sine thetas on the left, 4 sin theta on the right, 4 sin theta on the left, 4 sin theta on the right. So my first average sin theta will be this one. Suppose I am considering it as A, I am denoting it as A, and I am denoting it as B. So my average sin theta will be A plus B by 2. Okay. So my first average sin theta will be A plus B by 2. So you can easily calculate what is the next average sin theta. C, suppose this is my D. So C plus D by 2. Okay. C plus D by 2. Like this we will have to take 4 average sin thetas. 4 average sin thetas. That means we are taking the left hand side sin theta, we are taking the right hand side sin theta, and we are just taking the mean of it. Taking the mean of it. Okay. So next is lambda. Lambda is equal to sin theta by small n into capital N. What will be the value of this? This sin theta will be put it over here. Okay. This sin theta will be put it over here. Suppose this is my f. Suppose this is my f. This will be denoted as f. So for sin theta we are writing it f. Small n. What is small n? Small n is the order number. That means we are calculating for the first order. So we will write 1. So we will write 1. Into capital N. Capital N means number of lines per centimeter specified on rating. There is specified in inch. So now we will have to take what is the lambda from graph. Lambda from graph, that means we will have to calculate wavelength from the graph. So we will have to put n on the x-axis, average sin theta on the y-axis. Okay. So we have got 4 average sin thetas. Just put average sin theta reading on the y-axis and put 1, 2, 3, 4. That is order number. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can, if we plot this 4 point like this, we will see a straight line. We will see a straight line. So take any two point from this slope, from this line. Okay, any 2 point. Take any 2 point and take this slope and take a slope. Okay, and calculate this slope like d sin theta by dn. Del sin theta by del n. Okay. As we have already known, lambda is equal to sin theta divided by small n into capital N, where my capital N is constant. So we are calculating sin theta from the graph. So where is my slope is coming? This sin theta from graph. Okay, from graph, and this this n from this. Lambda is equal to sin theta. This sin theta is going over there and this n is going over here. And my capital N will be again same 984. So my lambda calculation, we will have to see what is the lambda is coming according to graph. Okay. So this is my graph part. Coming to the next part, we are going to calculate maximum proportional error of this. Maximum proportional error means del lambda by lambda. We will have to calculate del lambda by lambda. So del lambda by lambda is equal to del x by x plus del s by s. So del x by x plus del s by s. So see, what is my x? What is my x? X means distance between the central maxima from the order number. Distance between the central maxima from the order number. This is my x. So we have calculated that x part by using normal meter scale. By using normal meter scale. So what is the smallest division of normal meter scale? So what is the smallest division of normal meter scale? That is 1 millimeter. That is 1 millimeter. But we cannot say that is 1 millimeter. We will have to convert into centimeter. So we will write it 0.1 centimeter. 0.1 centimeter. Okay. And this x will be, we have calculated 4x over here. We have calculated 4x. Any data you can take, either on for the left, either for the or for the right. There is nothing is matter. So you can take any data from, but you will have to take the smallest x data. Smallest data of x. Suppose it is coming to most probably this will be the smallest. So take this data. So take this as your x, and what is del s? What is del s? As I have already told you, this will be my s, this will be my x. That means the distance between grating to diffracted point. Distance between grating to diffracted point, that will be considered as x. That will be considered as s. S for super. Okay. So this s is also will be, the smallest division of s will be also 0.1 centimeter. 0.1 centimeter. And this s will be, we have calculated 4s. So we will only consider the smallest s. Okay. The smallest s. Smallest x and smallest s. What will be my answer? Answer will be multiplied with 100 because we need to calculate in percentage. We need to calculate in percentage. So answer will be multiplied with 100. So that's all. This is the total experiment of laser diffraction. Thank you.